So today on Talking with the Tech, I get to interview my Drag Race sisters. Yes! Oh, excuse me. Is it fixed? Leo, help me. So we're here with Aja from season 9, and I have a couple of questions for Miss Aja. The first question is the reunion girl.
Oh man, you got me shook already. Bitch, you said you was gonna put me on the spot.
Oh,
no, I can't trust you.
No, girl, so I mean, I wasn't expecting the reunion to be what it was for all of us, but bitch, you had turned it like completely different than the season. I mean, you were real, but bitch, you were like really real. So tell me about that, your feelings at the reunion. What happened?
Okay, this is the tea. Like, honestly, when on the season of Drag Race, like, I was just going through a lot at home, and it kind of just really translated into my performance, because I was more worried about going home than I was about winning. So girl, by the time I was in the bottom for that episode, the challenge, or
the princess challenge.
Maybe that's why I was in the bottom. As soon as I was in the bottom for that, I really automatically was like, well, I'm gonna be getting eliminated soon. Let me stay in the competition as long as possible. I was going through a lot at home, and I wasn't in the safest living situation, so it was up to me to really like make sure I made it far just to get out of that. For me, Drag Race wasn't about making it. It was like, this is the time of my life, and it came perfectly. And getting that call thing I was on the show was more like a light of freedom. Like, I cried so much the day I got the call. But like, forward to the reunion, by the time I was in the reunion, I was out of that situation. So I was way more me and way more aware of like what's going on. And the first thing I thought was, bitch, I'm gonna go to this reunion and I'm gonna let these girls have it.
And bitch, you did. You let them have it, bitch. I was like,
remember when Charlie had diarrhea? Because Rue was like, oh, did you say you had diarrhea? Charlie was like, yes. And I'm just sitting there like,
girl, she had about 5 different excuses for why she didn't lip sync.
She had diarrhea on her rib cage. Maybe she broke her hip from taking the shit.
And doesn't do lip syncs. Anyway, all right, next question. If you could go back to season 9, what would you change?
If I could go back to season 9, I would full on take risks. I feel like another thing that I did was like, after a certain point, I just stopped taking risks because they told me like, oh, this is ugly and this is that. And I was like, well, now I'm gonna be pretty and I'm gonna be this and that. But it still wasn't that pretty. Can't Facetune television, bitch. So I was like, damn, let me just do what I could do. It always brings me back to that first day when I was supposed to have the fishy runway, but with the lingerie, and I pulled out the black and the blonde hair, and I was like, which one should I wear? You really wanted me to wear the black hair.
Uh-huh.
I wore the blonde one.
Yep. When I should have listened to me.
When I saw it on TV, I looked like Pamela Anderson had been hit by a bat. Like, it was really bad.
By a bus. Let's be honest.
Well, it was kind of, I was gonna say it's really bad, so it was kind of like, never mind. I can't say that. Y'all go give me the bad edit.
So you would take risks?
Yeah, I would take risks. Like, I would really have done Grindr. I would have just did not Alyssa Edwards. I would have done a lot of things different.
Okay. All right. So last question is, you're a whore. Tell us about an experience from Grindr.
What kind of experience are we looking for? Are we looking for a good experience, a bad experience?
I'm talking about like a crazy experience, something that is not common.
Damn, ma. I don't know. Honestly, I meet a lot of guys on Grindr and I just go on dates with them. I don't really ever hook up. When I do hook up, girls in tech.
Girl, we were in Europe together. I know you weren't just going on dates.
Bitch, cause that's the British chick, bitch. That's a different story.
Girl, you had lost your phone and panicking. The only thing she cared about was finding some kind of device so she could get on Grindr. Not having her phone.
Are you gonna go to motherfucking the other side of the world and not try all the food? Bitch, because that's what men are like. You open the menu, you see what's available, and you pick and you eat. Like, don't tell me that if you lost the goddamn menu, you're not gonna panic. Bitch, I lost the menu, and I freaked out. I was like, ah! I need to find these menses because maybe they need to find me.
Anyway, thank you so much, Aja. I'm so glad you came on my show.
What is this award I'm supposed to win? You said I was getting paid for this?
Paid? You can suck my boyfriend's dick, that's it.
Get my mic, turn off the camera. Leo, let's go.
Thank you. So next up we have Farrah Moan. So I know that you are a makeup girl. You love makeup. Tell me, how did you figure out you love highlighter so much?
So, my highlight obsession kind of came from watching YouTube videos of certain people and they always have that tiny little sparkle right there. And gosh, I think the first time I bought one was in about 2012 or 13. I actually used like a shimmery eyeshadow and I put it there and there. And I was like, this isn't enough. And so then I started like mixing them together until we had this going on.
A mirror right there.
What did Michelle call it? The Tin Man?
I don't know, I love it.
I love it too.
Michelle could probably use a couple of pointers from you.
She could. My first instinct was, are you just mad that yours isn't as bright as my Michelle?
So next question I have for you, where does this whole moan come from?
Well, Moan was supposed to originally be sexy. Pheromones are like the chemicals that you secrete whenever you're aroused or turned on, and it attracts people to you. So that was originally where my drag name came from. I make jokes about it all the time, like Moan because I'm a whore, blah, 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 just because I thought it was funny. Turns out a lot of people didn't quite understand my humor when they meet the queens, and they're like, wow, she's probably got every STD in the book because she said she's a whore. And it's like, God, stop taking us so seriously.
How many have you had? I'm just kidding, don't answer that. So, do you have any upcoming projects?
Well, I am finally taking a little bit of time off from club gigs to work on some music stuff. I've had some really ridiculous songs written for about 2 years now, and I wanted to have them ready before Drag Race, but it was just so hard just getting ready for that momentum. And then as soon as it hit, you remember, we have no time.
Yeah, you have no time.
No fucking time. So, and I'm not one of those people that's really good at multitasking. Like, I have kind of like really bad ADD. So like if I work on something, I have to just be working on that and then go back to something else. So that's what I'm going to be working on.
I know that you are very talented with writing music because on the show you would sing some of your songs for us. And I was like, oh my God, she's going to have an amazing album. So I'm excited to hear that.
Well, I would love to have you in one of my music videos if you're down.
I would totally be a video girl.
You should be in Sugar Daddy. I feel like it's very on brand.
Totally. Last question is, are you a plastic surgery sister? And if so, what have you had done?
I kind of am now. I got a little bit of Botox, well, a lot of Botox in my forehead because after I saw myself crying on TV, I was like, that wrinkle has got to go. And then I have a little bit of Juvederm Ultra in my lips and just a tiny, tiny little bit on my cheekbones to pull my laugh lines out a little bit.
You know, I support you.
We should go together.
We should. A support group for plastic
We both
sisters.
need refills under our eyes, so we should do it.
What are you trying to say about me, bitch? Thank you, Farrah. It's been fun.
Thank you so much, Trinity. I love you.
Mwah. Thank you. So we have the producer here, Alexis Michelle. Hi. So I know you're the Broadway girl, and you love Broadway music. You sing a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what projects you have to do with Broadway coming up.
So I had the pleasure this past year of doing a run of solo cabarets at Feinstein's 54 Below, which is like Broadway's premier cabaret room. And I'm very excited to announce, actually this is the first time I'm announcing it, I'm doing 4 new shows there in the new year.
Oh, wow.
So January, February, March, April, you can come see me at Feinstein's 54 Below. And well before then, I'm going to be making an album.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, my music director from the show, Brendan James Gwynn, he's a great collaborator, and we are cooking up the list of songs that we're going to record, so that'll be out in time for the holidays.
Well, that's exciting!
Yeah.
Any holiday music?
We'll see. It's probably going to be, you know, more like theater-centric with a few pop songs. But,
Okay.
You know what? Maybe I'll do like an online-only holiday track.
That would be hot.
Bonus track.
I would love that. So our next question is going to be the show.
Oh, you mean Top Chef?
No. Girl, the show that you were on, you made top 5, bitch.
RuPaul's
Rag race.
So tell me, it's been a year, it's been a couple of months since we've been out from the show, and how do you feel about your portrayal? How are you feeling about your experience since the show? What's your feelings?
You know, when the show started airing, I was like really happy with how it was going. I felt like it was a good portrayal of me. And I think in combination of things boiling down to the nitty-gritty, and in addition, like the stress of the competition, I think like, you know, people had a very mixed opinion of me by the time the show was done running. And it's been very beneficial, I think, and fun for me to go out and actually meet people and for people to see the sort of difference between how you come off on television and how you are in person.
Yeah.
And honestly, looking back, my biggest regrets, aside from my untucked tantrum, my biggest regrets have to do with some of the aesthetic choices that I made. And I'm really hoping to get to compete on a season of All Stars with some of my sisters and show the children some of the fashions.
Bring it on, sister.
See you there, sis.
Okay, so last question. It's not a secret that you love the men's
What are you talking about?
You almost got it. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So tell me, what's your type?
You know, Trinity, it's funny. If you lined up everybody that I'm into, that I've ever gone for, been attracted to, done things with, it would be a map of the world.
Oh my gosh.
I'm an equal opportunity offender. I've really gone for this, that, and the other. And it's so funny, like, you know, right now we're traveling the world.
Right.
And although you found love in the midst of the madness.
I did, thank goodness.
I did a gig in London with Pearl, and I said to Pearl, I was like, you know, I know it's crazy, I know it's about career now, but I'm like really ready for love. And she's like, bitch, no!
Aww.
Are you crazy? So even though it seems a little bit nutty to like be in that zone, I do feel very like open and ready for whatever. But I know you can't look for it. It just has to come.
Happen.
It just has to come, and until it comes, I'm gonna keep coming.
Thank you, Alexis. I had fun.
Love you.
Mwah. Love you too. Bye. She didn't come here to play. She came here to slay. Shea, Coulee.
What up, sis?
Hey, you look beautiful. I love
so
this
do you.
color.
I'm loving this like really sexy like Romy and Michelle do news anchor realness. Like I'm living for this too.
I felt very like Barbara, what is her name? Barbara Walters.
Yes.
Meets man.
Well, I mean that's actually not far off from the truth. You nailed it.
Oh my gosh. So tell me your favorite and least favorite thing about this whole thing of Drag Race. The process and all that.
I would have to say my most favorite thing has without a doubt been meeting all you guys
Aww.
and developing all these friendships. Like I walked into the show honestly like I don't care if I make any friends in this. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to compete in this competition. And then like after that first day, I was just like, fuck, what am I gonna do now? Because I like them. But like coming on this tour, especially like for instance, like people like Kumar, I didn't get a chance to really get to know Kumar, but
Right.
like this being on tour together with all you guys, like I fall in love with her.
She's a
like,
cool bitch.
She is so cool. I live for Kumar. Like she is a ride or die kind of bitch, and I know she'd have my back in a bar fight.
And she does great nails.
She does.
Cultural appropriation. Or racism.
It's not, but yeah, that's just racism because, like, she, as a Vietnamese woman, how could she appropriate Vietnamese culture by doing nails? That's just, you know, what she does. It's just, we're just stereotyping, that's all. But who doesn't love a good stereotype? I love fried chicken and watermelon, and I have a big dick.
I'm from Alabama and I'm really dumb, so
Hey.
yeah. Not into my cousins though. So tell me, Shea, what's your deepest, darkest secret? I want to know the deep.
Okay. Okay.
I have like not told like there's like you are going to be like the first person that I've ever told this, but I wet the bed until I was 14 years old.
Really?
I did.
Wow.
This girl, she had rubber sheets up until she was 14. And then I learned that it's really good for wiping up cum stains, so I still have rubber sheets now.
You know, I had a best friend up until I was about 6 years old. Is that an uncommon age to stop wetting the bed? I don't know.
I feel like that's like the average age to stop wetting the bed. I felt I was an overachiever, so I wanted to wet the bed like twice as long as the average person.
Well, he was 6 and still wearing like full-on diapers. And his name was Bobby, and when Bobby would spend the night, my mother had to change his diaper.
That's a good mom. Change somebody else's motherfucking kid's diaper. Yeah, no. I was changing my own diapers because I'm an independent woman.
So is your husband into
water sports?
Water sports.
Yes, we go water skiing all the time. You know, go swim. Actually, you know what? Funny enough, my boyfriend can't swim. Like we always talk about, he's like the moment that he's like, I knew that I was in love with you was it was his birthday 2 years ago, and we went to this wave pool. And we were all swimming, and we like went out into the deep end, and he like was like hanging back, and we were like, come on, like swim out to us. And he like got out and took like a couple strides, and then he just like sank.
Oh
and
no!
So I swam over to him, and then I fucking like saved him.
Aww.
And like, I mean, that was also like the moment I knew that I loved him, just like seeing him like kind of in that moment, and me just being like, I just need to like, I was just like, if I drown to save him, then whatever. But yeah,
it's very Titanic.
It was very Titanic. And y'all think black folks can't swim?
So tell me, what's new with Shea Coulee?
Well, gosh, we're about to wrap up this tour together, this amazing 36-city tour that we have been crushing with this amazing host, Trinity the Tuck Taylor. If you haven't seen it, shame on you.
Record-breaking.
Record-breaking, yes. And like, girl, you've been slaying this whole hosting.
Bitch, you've been slaying all this whole, we all been slaying.
But what's next for me is I'm gonna take a little bit of time off, and I'm gonna go to the studio and work on another album, and I'm actually going to be working on a little docu-series. This is a new development, but I'm going to be working on a documentary of like the making of the album. So
wow, yeah, that's going to be cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of work, but luckily I love working. We never stop.
Well, thank you for coming on my show.
Oh my God,
it's been fun.
For having me.
I love you.
Love you too, sis. Bye, guys. Make sure you subscribe to Trinity the Tuck right here.
Bye.
Right now.
So I'm here with the winner of season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race, Sasha.
Hi everyone. Hi Trinity.
Hi, Sasha. So I have a couple of questions for you. So tell me your feelings of how you feel the whole experience of Drag Race.
Oh girl, what are your feelings about the whole experience of Drag Race? It's a mixed bag, right?
Yeah.
It's such like an amazing experience getting to know the other queens. I've learned so goddamn much about drag and about myself. And then getting to meet the fans and getting that chance at exposure and the ability to turn what we love to do into like a real career.
Right.
That's been everything. But then, you know, losing your private life is quite an experience too, and having suddenly everything that you do and everything that you love open to evaluation from strangers is a new experience, and we are just thrust into it. Everything is new every day.
There is no manual.
No manual. I wish there was.
I know. Well, I feel you. I didn't win, but I still feel the same thing. So,
girl, we were all under the microscope there.
Girl, and we still are. You know, and the more popular you are, the more you're gonna have haters, and the more you're gonna have fans. So,
and that's the thing. But I mean, none of us were celebrities 9 months ago.
How do you deal with it?
I look at my bank statement. And I do just try to like focus on all the positive things, all the amazing things that happen. And then I also like get into like real anger areas, and I like just like let myself get a little angry, because you know it's okay to feel
little blush.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so next question is, where do you get a lot of your inspirations for your costuming and your numbers? Because you are like one creative bitch, like way more than me.
No, I don't know if that's
Oh no, it is true.
You're fucking creative too. And crazy. Don't
I'll
let anyone tell you she's
I'll
not
take
crazy.
but I don't know if it's creative. But tell me where you get your experience, your inspiration.
It comes from everywhere. I love looking at fashion in movies. I love especially historical movies and like movies from the 60s and 50s and the fashions that we see in those. I love just drawing things on paper and seeing what colors come together and what kind of textures I love to see next to each other. I always draw everything out on a piece of paper first, still to this day.
You are a conglomeration of what I would never think would go, and it's works amazingly.
Yeah,
so it's
thanks that I found like designers who think the same way. They just like throw stuff on to other stuff until it looks like fashion.
But it looks great. It inspires me. It does.
You.
It does inspire me. So last question for Miss Sasha. Where is the craziest place you've had to do your makeup?
Oh God. The craziest place that I've had to do my makeup is probably some dressing rooms in Brooklyn that are, because you know, dressing room in Brooklyn is a bathroom or janitorial closet.
What?
So just like the lights up there, so you get down on your back with a little hand mirror, and you're just like,
no.
This looks so cute when I get on the stage. So compared to that, you know, anything is a luxurious dressing room.
I love it.
What's the craziest place you've done your makeup?
Oh, girl.
I've never done a car. That's the place that I'm still.
Oh, girl.
I know it's gonna happen someday.
Let me tell you. So, don't ever try this at home. But one time I was so late getting off of my day job to go to my night job. I was driving, and did my entire face.
Oh shit.
From point A to point B. Because I lived in St. Petersburg, and I had a booking in Orlando, and that was a 2-hour difference. So I had to do my makeup in the car, and girl, it was something.
So if you're on the roads in northern Florida, watch out for Miss Trinity Taylor. She could be swerving.
Oh no, that's my normal driving. I think I was more safe while I was doing my makeup. So last thing, any upcoming events or things that you have planned that you would like to tell them?
You know, we're all busy bitches. So I got my magazine. The next issue is going to be coming out in the wintertime. That's Velour, the drag magazine, at the Drag Magazine. And my monthly show, Nightgowns, is still continuing every month in New York, and we're going to take it on tour in the summer. So keep your eyes peeled.
That's exciting. Thank you.
Love you.
Oh, have fun tonight.
Thank you, baby. You too.
So, guys, I'm going to go change into something a little bit more festive because I have an announcement, okay? Oh, ho, ho, ho. We're wrapping up War on the Catwalk. I'm so excited to announce, this is the first that we're announcing, a Drag Queen Christmas. It's coming to Oklahoma City on November 15th, and it's going all the way through December 29th. And you can get your tickets at dragfans.com. Please, please, please come. I'm going to be on it and a bunch of other queens. Go check it out. Thank you so much for tuning in at Talking with the Tuck. Subscribe below. Please share, like, comment. I'll see you next time. Bye.
You okay?
Yep, I'm just trying to think.
She got possessed or something.